Hey, what's up, guys? Node Investor here. Hey, want to give a quick update. The market is strong. Bitcoin has been rallying. The alts are doing pretty good. Litecoin broke out. Neo's good. Things are just keeping up, but I don't want to splash any water on the party, but I just got to say, guys, I've been pretty bullish most of the way up here. I call this nice cup and handle. This is the chart that I annotated prior to the breakout with the green zone highlighted as my target sell / profit taken zone. I'm not selling yet, but I'm starting to get cautious about protecting my profits. I am certainly moving up my stops, but we've had a good run. And I am starting to see a lot of the folks that were giving me some flack about being so bullish back here now starting to turn bullish. A lot of the bears are turning bulls, and that's making the bulls like me turn a little bear. I tend to be a little bit contrarian, and I'm not saying sell. I'm not saying the party's over, but we're due for a little bit of a pause. We're due for a pullback, so just protect the profits. That's all I'm saying here. And so after breaking out of that nice cup and handle, we had a pretty good rally, and here we are. Almost $9,900. Ladies and gentlemen, we are right there, close to 10K. We are starting to reach some pretty key resistance points here. And so I had this as my target, and it's worked out almost perfectly. That was a textbook cup and handle following that nice little rally we had. So just kind of makes sense. We're starting to get a little extended. If I pull up the RSI here, you can see this is the 4-hour. There's certainly still some headway to go on the RSI, but we're starting to get up there in the range here. If you look at the daily chart, that still certainly has room to go before it can become anywhere near overbought. But I expect this thing to peak out as we approach 60 before we start to see a little bit of a pullback. Now, the thing to keep in mind is we're also approaching a very psychological number in a zone here. So this new line here right around that mid 10K range was a solid support level that broke, and we saw that acceleration to the downside that ultimately took us to 6K. We've since had a nice strong bounce. We've kind of climbed this wall of worry along the way, and here we are. Things are starting to look very nice. People are starting to get a little bit more comfortable, but we're approaching this zone is all I'm trying to say. Just want to point this out. So we're kind of reaching a little place in the charts, a point in the price where it would make sense to see a little bit of a pause or a pullback. So where that happens, and it could be anywhere along this range here, right? So that's a pretty wide zone, and I'll be the first to acknowledge that. But from a time perspective, whether that's in the next day or couple of days, I think we're getting close is all I'm trying to say. And so just keep an eye on it. We've had some very good trading. If you were brave enough to buy some of this dip or to start picking it up along the dips here, yeah, this has been a very nice couple of weeks. You can see, let's go over to Litecoin here real quick. Litecoin BTC broke out very nicely, and this is a good example of using the conditional buy orders if you're doing any type of trading. I had a pretty tight buy order set here to trigger around 185, and once that broke out, I actually got in right before the breakout and had a very nice pop there. You can see on the USD side, this has had a strong move. Not only is it outperforming Bitcoin, but it's also had a nice move going along with Bitcoin. So in the last couple of days, up 40+%. You've seen some of the other names that are just really strong. So all I'm trying to say is we're probably due for a little bit of a pause, a little bit of consolidation at best. The daily charts, again, looks super strong. This has just been a nice move. Volume is very bullish, but you can see how far we've gotten over the 10 EMA. We at this point are about 23-24% above that 10 EMA. So it's starting to get a little long in the tooth here. That's all I'm trying to say. But let's go back to that BTC chart here just to kind of show a little bit more about what I'm thinking we could see next here. Let me go to the one I had marked up. And so again, this is BTC, the daily on Bitfinex. So we've had this nice rally. Now, if we do a fib retracement from this entire move down from 17K down to 6, you can see we are approaching that first key fib ratio, that 382, right around 10.2K. If you want to be a little bit more conservative on that and say, hey, just take it from the break that we saw, then taking it down from the high 11K range down to the low, we have just crossed the 618 level. And so a couple of different ways to look at it, right? We're starting to approach some of these resistance zones, but I'm holding tight. I'm going to stay with it, but unless you want to sell into profits or sell into strength here, then you just got to kind of keep a tight stop. But this has been a pretty strong move straight up, and it would make sense to see a little bit of pullback. Now, on a pullback, the first level to look at is the ascending 10 EMA on the longer term time frame. So right now that's sitting at around 9,300. By the time, if it pulls back, that could be much higher, so 94, 9,500. If we break that, then the price level that we broke out of here around that 9K range would be a good support level to look at. But I'm starting to look at the kind of the bigger picture here, this broader move we had up, if we retraced some of that, because remember, we do need at some point to have a pretty decent pullback to kind of retest that low to see if that was the low and create a higher low on the daily chart. We haven't seen that really. I mean, we saw some little dips here, but nothing substantial. So if we did pull back, 8,400 would be that first level to look at. From a price perspective, there's solid support right around 8K, and below that, the 7,500 level is what I would be looking at. So though there's a couple of points I want to point out here, just a real quick video. I will be doing a live stream later today, but just wanted to point this out here, guys. I'm feeling good. I'm liking the way these charts have been over the last couple of days. Things are very strong, but in this market, anything I've learned is when things start to feel really good and get very bullish and everyone's excited, it's time to get a little cautious. So that's all I wanted to share for tonight, guys. I'll keep you guys posted. Until next time, take care.